So welcome back to 5 More Minutes.
5 More Minutes.
This is Andrew.
This is Danny.
And this is your boy Jason here again.
Yeah.
You know, for those that don't know me, I'm from Chengdu. Grew up in New York State, upstate New York, and now I base in Chengdu. I do a lot of skateboarding stuff. I used to be a pro skater. Now I do a lot of emceeing for all major commercialized events in China. And
that's why he's here in our office in Shanghai now.
Yeah, because I was doing Adidas skateboarding skate hype. It's happening right now in Shanghai, and I also run my own brand. It's called Black ASAP. You know, we do skateboards, we do clothes and stuff like that, music.
Also
everything.
rapper.
Well, I wouldn't call myself a rapper yet.
Are you a lyricist? You're a lyricist?
No. Okay, no. I'm trying. I'm like trying to be a rapper. I'm on my way there.
Good.
I guess. I have a few tracks coming out.
Would you drop bilingually? Like, are you spitting Chinese and English, or are you?
No, I'm actually trying to just Chinese.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah. I'm trying to rap in Chinese because I feel like Chinese is like. Because if you're rapping in English, you're not really going to go anywhere in China, right? Because nobody really understand what you're saying.
Makes sense.
They just like, oh, yeah, like the flow sounds nice, but I don't really know like what you're talking about. But if you're trying to do it in Chinese, and I'm actually trying to do it in Sichuanese because that's what's hot right now in China, especially like in the rap, like hip hop scene. Because if you want to be a rapper, you want to make it, you come to Chengdu for that.
Let's go back to Chengdu. This time we bring Jason to our podcast because every time when the people overseas talk about China skateboarding, they think about Shenzhen, the spot, right? They think about Beijing or Shanghai, right? But Chengdu is getting more and more popular.
For sure.
So important in China skateboarding community.
For sure.
Especially after the pandemic, right?
After pandemics.
Because the Shanghai lockdown, Beijing lockdown, so many skaters leave Shanghai, move to Chengdu, right?
For sure, because the Chengdu was not that strict. Chengdu was like, all right, we're just going to, you know, like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah.
Like, we're like super far away from like all these major cities. We're the only guys. So like during COVID, nobody really cared that much. So a lot of skaters like, oh fuck it, we're gonna leave Shanghai because we might, you know, never leave our houses. We gotta leave Beijing because that's the capital. You know, like that's strict. But Chengdu is like, just come through.
Overall, I think Chengdu's kind of become this hub. I was going to say skateboarding, but obviously everything, right?
Everything right now.
Yeah, like young people are just drawn there. What do you think that is? Like you've been there since pretty much the beginning, right?
Well, Chengdu is kind of like the really middle of China. So nobody. First of all, it's not like the Beijing or Shanghai. Everybody's watching it. You know, Chengdu is more like it's like mellow, really mellow spa that like nobody really cares what you do, and you can have that kind of sense of like freedom, I guess. You know, like you can pretty much do whatever you want, and then the cost of living there is like cheap.
Yeah. A couple of the skaters, I mean, I remember people were, you know, leaving Shanghai and they were like, we're going to Chengdu, and that's what I heard from everybody, right? Like people from the office or just skaters. And I think that was one of the things drawn to them was that like the quality of living, you know, and compared to the cost of living was just like it's
for
insane,
sure.
You know what I mean?
Like if you get an apartment in Shanghai for $5,000, what are you gonna get? Nothing.
Yeah.
Right, but for $5,000 in Chengdu, you're living ball.
Really?
You know what I'm saying?
Ball.
Well, I wouldn't say balling, but you good.
Yeah,
you good. You know,
good food. You know, like
sure.
everything. Good skate spot.
Yeah, food is good. Skate spot is good, and I guess people in Sichuan and Chengdu like they're not that intense, where they're not like they're all like mellowed out, you know, like they don't even work. They feel like nobody works in Chengdu, you know what I mean? Like everybody's always like hanging out, drinking tea, playing mahjong and everything.
For sure, it's definitely the culture there. Like I've had you know a couple of the times I've been there, like you know just even talking to the Uber driver, you know, like DD driver, whoever, they're like, oh, you guys are always so tense and stressed out because he sees me on the phone, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
And he's like, we're not like
that. In Chengdu is like we'll just do our thing. We're just winging it every day. Like for reference, I will say like Chengdu is kind of like Seattle.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So you kind of know what I'm talking about,
right?
You know what I mean? So it's popping. Everything is popping up, and if you want to like there once the scene is there, it just
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah, it grows for sure.
It grows for sure, and everybody's like, oh yeah, like Chengdu's good, Chengdu's good, and everybody's moving to Chengdu. Everybody's going to Chengdu, you know, and then everything's going up there like skateboarding. You know what I mean? Like we have like the best scene in China.
In China for sure.
For Chengdu. Sure. We have like 4 skateboard brands that was based. I think it's based in Chengdu. It's crazy. Like we have like pros in Chengdu. It's like Los Angeles. You know, like in LA, they have like all these skate brands there, right?
Yeah.
Chengdu too. They have Saga. They have like FC players. They have like I don't know, like a lot of like skateboarding, free energy. You know, like now they have us, Black ASAP. You know, like there's another skateboard brand, and yeah, man, like you skate spots for days, skate parks, and this. Oh, another thing is, you know how like all the security guards in Shanghai, they're always like, "Yo, you cannot skate here. Like you fucking get out of here." But in Chengdu, like,
Oh, really?
Just don't be too crazy. Yeah, dude, the securities in Chengdu, they mellow as fuck.
So it was like Shanghai.
Like 10 years ago.
Yeah, like 10 years ago. They actually like enjoy it. Like, they're like, oh, yeah, like just don't fuck it up like too bad.
Right, and if a crowd gets too big, gotta stop for a while.
Right. They just have them smokes and shit. And they'd be like, oh, yeah, they let you. That's why, like, people love to come to Chengdu.
It's good vibes for sure.
And the people in Chengdu, they're all pretty nice. They're not gonna give you shit for skating on the street. Because I've skated in the streets of Shanghai. I have fucking at spots at random dudes will come up like, yo man, don't fucking skate here. Like it has nothing to do with them. You know, in Shanghai, just like they don't like, I just don't want you to fucking fuck around here.
Yeah, Shanghai's definitely changed. I mean, it used to kind of, vibed out. Everybody was here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then kind of, boutique shops, really have a lot of character, right?
Right.
And nowadays we see a lot of malls, and it's like, besides, like maybe the former French concession, the FFC area, like everywhere else is just big malls and kind of a little bit generic, I'd say. You know what I mean? And so it does definitely lose a lot of character.
For sure.
But it sounds like Chengdu is definitely that hub. And like after everybody, I talked to or spoke to, whether they gone there and then they experienced it, and they're like, oh yeah, it's awesome. Like we want to go back.
For sure. You've been to Chengdu a few times, man.
At first I could not, even for me, I could not stand that, like that numbing spiciness.
Yeah.
But over time, I've gotten accustomed to it. And now, same thing. Like I actually enjoy it. I was like, how did that happen? You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude.
I used to lose weight every time I go to Chengdu.
Really?
Now I come back and I'm like 3 kilos, more. I'm like,
really?
Wow, how'd that happen?
Once you move to Chengdu, it's hard to come back. Just
right,
like
it
Shujao came to my office, talk with me. Like, okay, I just spent 2,000 RMB. I live in a big apartment. And,
I know.
Every weekend, he go to a bar and sell wine outside the bar.
Yeah.
So he works 4 nights per month, can pay the rent, pay for everything,
And especially for these skaters, the girls are definitely.
Oh yeah, that is Szechuan girls. I've heard her. What's that saying? 四川辣妹子.
Right. The girls in Chengdu, they're just open-minded and they're super mellow as well.
Super friendly.
They're not drunk B. They're not stuck up girls. Tour. They're not stuck up girls, and a lot of skaters just go to Chengdu like, oh, they can. It's crazy how like this. I think this is a story to a lot of people. Like Shuzhao, like Haizai, and everybody. They all found girlfriends in Chengdu. That's why they moved there.
And also some. Zhengzhou skaters. Those guys moved to Chengdu.
Yeah. Right.
Changjiang, right?
Right.
Zhang Kejia. Right. Guys,
everybody moved to Chengdu because they're like, oh, okay, all of my homies are there, and I can skate all day and party all night, and it won't cost me a dime. You know what I mean? And then girls there are like, in Shanghai, there's a lot of like gold diggers.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? They're like, if we got money, we're gonna fuck with you. But in Chengdu, they're like, we don't care if we can have money or not. We're just gonna have fun. Yeah. And we for the girls in Chengdu, we might pay for stuff. They're like, we might pay for your shit. So you know what I mean?
And how about the skate spot?
Ooh, skate spots.
how compare with Shenzhen, Shanghai?
I think skate spots in Chengdu are fun. I don't know, like, how do you compare it? It's just fun and like a lot of open plazas.
Okay.
A lot of new areas are being built, and like I said, the security hasn't caught up
Very
yet.
nice, yeah.
And they're super nice, and especially after I think Primitive. I think the major point was the Primitive team went there.
Okay.
For Encore.
Oh.
Yeah, and they had a documentary about that, right? They were like, oh yeah, Chengdu was super nice, all these spots, and then people are still going back there.
DC team went there.
DC team went there. I think
other?
DC team was the second team ever been to Chengdu. Wow, the first one was Vans. I think it was Vans.
Oh yeah, Vans China tour, Asian
Vans
tour.
China Asian tour. I think
AVE,
was
right?
AVE, Gilbert Crockett, and all those guys.
Chimar.
Chimar. Those are the first dudes in Chengdu, but they weren't there that long, and they were only for like a day or two. So they did a demo and then left. But for the DC tour, they were there for like.
Yeah, we were out there for a bit.
So they were skating and they did a crazy demo there. So that's what popped off. Till this day, I think West still like talks about it.
Yeah. It's amazing tour, that one. But Chengdu was definitely one of the spots like that we wanted to hit. At the time, I think there was just there was so much building going on there. You know what I mean? And we were trying to get to the airport on time, so it felt rushed. But we definitely spent a lot of time there. Now, of course, like that was 12 years ago, so now I couldn't imagine the spots. And
the government in Chengdu, they really support like the young culture, like skateboarding, music, and like clothing brands. Because that's their major thing now.
Yeah, no,
you know what I mean? Like they're like, yeah, we're gonna build more skate parks for you guys. To have young kids to skate. And since like everybody's doing music in Chengdu now, we're gonna have more concerts, we're gonna build more stadiums, we're gonna have like these things happens all the time.
That's sick. They're trying to get that infrastructure there in place, and then that software
and a lot of these places are like, yeah, we want your brand to come through, we're gonna open up a shop for you guys, with the free of charge or whatever, awesome. Like they just open their arms, like the governments are opening their arms, like we want you guys to keep doing what you're doing. That's why they're like, oh, let's go to Chengdu, because it's like a fucking
no, definitely. I mean, they're doing the infrastructure and welcoming,
right,
and then you guys build on that culture for sure,
right, dude.
When you mentioned music, Chengdu is kind of like the hip hop
center right now, dude. Like, yeah, dude. Like, if you want to make it, you have to come to Chengdu.
Yeah, it feels a little bit weird because it's not Shanghai or Shenzhen.
It's not Shanghai. It's Chengdu. It's probably because, first of all, Chengduhua sounds like English sometimes. When you say it too fast, like zaza, gaza, like it sounds like what's up and shit like that. And it's easier to rhyme. It's the way we say it's good. Because Putonghua sometimes doesn't really sound that. Like,
it doesn't quite roll off the tongue.
Right. So, and since the music scene, everybody, like the first I think rap group that ever hit off like worldwide was Higher Brothers. Yeah, with Masway, No, and everybody, right? And they're all from Chengdu.
Okay.
So, and everybody saw that. They're like, oh shit, let's go to Chengdu and see if we can make it. And more rappers, they're making it. And then Chengdu had this scene, like they call Chengdu Jituan.
Chengdu
Jituan. I always say it like Chengdu Group. They call it the Chengdu Group. They're bringing new kids, and they always like that is like, how do I say it? That's like that's like the Lakers. If you put it that way. Like sure. Lakers. So like, okay, if I want to make it in hip hop and rap, I have to come to Chengdu for that, because we have like studios, producers, it's all over the city.
For sure, that's the
underground live house.
Like, dude, I was skating one day. I was skating at the spa. This one kid walked through. Yo, Jason, what's up? I'm like, yo, what's up? Like, how you doing? He's like, yo, man, I'm from Zhengzhou. I'm like 18. I just moved here. Like, I'm like,
I just bought a ticket with my
I'm
backpack.
like, yo, like, well, what are you doing here? He's like, yo, I want to be a rapper. So I moved here. I'm like, so what are you gonna do for a living? He's like, yo, man, there's so many street brands.
Right.
in Chengdu, I'm just gonna be like find a job there, and then make music.
Yeah.
And he still works at 1087.
Nice.
1807 1807嘛 one of the biggest street fashion brand in China.
I think it's so important to put yourself like out there. We actually have no idea how. I mean, only looking back on it can we see that. You know what I mean? Like, I got lucky growing up in San Diego. And, you know, it was right around, you know, when Vert kind of went down, and then you know, Street came up. So there's, you know, LA was the scene, SF obviously, and then San Diego.
Right.
So it was just so happy or so lucky, you know, fortunate to be there growing up at that same time, and that became that kind of hub. And, you know, so the culture and everything we're talking about. Chengdu, we can already see is definitely like that, either with skateboarding or music, right? Yeah. So it's just like, that's the thing, right? You put yourself out there. I mean, a lot of cats, like, they started out in shops. That's where it was, you know. I think even, was it Virgil? Right. Even him, he was in the Supreme shop or something, I think.
Sure.
Right. Like, that's where they started, and they got their roots, and they met, you know, Kanye or whoever they meet, and they just rap about shit, and they got the same vibe. Yeah. You know, Chengdu's definitely a spot like that.
Chengdu's just like that. Like I said, skateboarding, like Chengdu's like LA. There's skate brands, skate teams all out there. Sure. You know what I mean? And then for music, it's like Hollywood. If you want to be an actor, you go to Hollywood, right? Chengdu, if you want to be a rapper, you come to Chengdu, because like I said, we got studios, we got like famous rappers, we got like producers, we have like all these cats have their labels.
So what do you think it takes to be like the mindset, or, you know, like if somebody was a little bit more prepared than that homie you met on the street, like if they're like, I'm going to do it, I'm going to try and do it, like what else should they bring? So obviously Chengdu is the hub, but what else do you think they should bring with them?
Oh, I don't know, man. Cause I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. Just come through, just wing it, dude.
Vibe it.
Just vibe it and wing it. Cause like, I feel like for people in Chengdu, everybody has been to Chengdu. We're like, yo, man, everybody was so nice. They would never be like, yo, fuck this. We're in our own clique. We don't fuck with you because you're an outsider. It was never like that. We always open our arms for everybody. You know, like we walk like. That dude, he was skating at Cyroot, not Cyroot, fucking Clubs Insurance. They're from Taipei, right? One of the dude, Mark. They're all from Taipei. I think Kyle's friend, and they were like, "Oh yeah, I've known a few Taiwanese rappers that moved to Chengdu."
Really?
Yeah. I know them too. They're like, "Yeah, dude. The first step is like get your shit done, and then go to Chengdu, trying to meet like the rappers. Like let's say, I'm trying to meet Masui, trying to meet Nono, and for Nono and Masui and those guys, they always trying to help out."
Oh, word.
They're always trying to help out. Dude, I'm telling you, especially Nono, dude. Like, I know Nono for so long. Like, I know, like, he grew up, like, he came up. Like, he started from nothing. Right. Now he's, like, a billionaire. Wow. You know, in Chengdu. So he's really trying to help out all these cats, like, you know, like, oh, yeah, come to the studio. We'll make a track together. Maybe let's go on tour together. Let's do this and do that.
For sure.
Right.
Did you watch the... Taishan has a new show.
New show, right?
First episode.
ASAP Ferg.
Yeah.
Right, with ASAP Ferg, they switch.
They teach each other.
Yeah, they switch their professions for a day.
Yeah. You make one in Chengdu.
I you know what? It's crazy that like we have our own office. You know, Black we have our own office, and it's funny that is my partner is like also into like the rap scene. I don't know if you guys know DG Ghetto. Like this super famous like rapping group in China right now. They have like Asin, Tommy Boy Don't Kill. I'm just dropping names. If they don't know, you probably know.
Google it.
Yeah, dude. They're famous right now. And my partner, he grew up with these dudes. Right, so we have our own office, and also we have a studio, recording studio inside of our office. And we're building a skate park in front of the office too, just like this, but it's a little bit bigger. And every day, man, we have rappers come through to the office saying hi, you know, grabbing clothes and stuff like that. Right. So yeah, I might consider doing a show like that. We just don't know who yet. But did you know a lot of rappers in China, they used to skate?
Yeah.
They used to skate. Like even the Higher Brothers. Mello, one of the dudes in Higher Brothers, he used to skate, man.
Okay.
Yeah,
I don't know any names because I'm not into the hip hop scene like you are. Like
in China,
in that, but I definitely do know skateboarding was kind of one of the first. I don't want to say sport, but you know what I mean. Like one of the first thing that exposed a lot of that generation Chinese kids to the street culture,
right?
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, I mean, because the style, the vibe was kind of the same. The clothes,
it is.
You know what I mean? Because that's when skateboarding kind of went like vert ramp to street,
right?
You know what I mean?
Right.
So people lost their helmets, and so you see that, and the same thing. Like you would see a lot of hip hop artists, even Shanghai at the time. They would go to the Fly or wherever and to buy, to buy clothes,
right?
Because they carried the same type or the same sizes, and some of the brands like like Stussy or Echo or whatever, right? And so they're like, oh, okay, this is where I get my clothing from. Before there were like hip hop shops or whatever,
right.
That's where they would go, is just
exactly
streetwear shops or skate shops,
right? So like for me, like I'm trying to channel that like skateboarding to music, because for the young, like the skateboarders in China, they're like, oh yeah, I listen to hip hop, I listen to all these rappers in China, but they're like, oh shit, but they're so high up, we're skateboarders, we're broke, we're not like that, but it's different. But they don't know, like, okay,
they don't know that connection,
right?
Like the stories,
because skateboarding is just. It's actually like a top of the food chain on the whole like street culture thing. You know what I mean?
Totally.
For sure.
Yeah. Right? He's right up there with hip hop. You know what I mean? Like music, like skateboarding is up there.
Yeah,
on the top
there.
of the pyramid.
No doubt.
It's definitely on the top of the food chain, right? But the kids, they didn't know that. They don't know that. They're like, oh shit, like, oh fuck, dude. Like, if I meet a famous rapper, I'm like, oh shit, what I say? What do I do? Like, fuck, I listen to their music, but I'm like, but they don't know that like every rapper that come through the office. They're trying to skate. Their thing is, yo, skateboarders are fucking sick.
Yeah.
Every rap, they're like, yo, skateboarders are sick. Like, I couldn't do what you guys do.
For sure.
You know what I mean? Like, you guys fucking go haul ass fucking, like, jumping down shit and all day, and you can still live that life. They admire that, too.
Oh, for sure.
But the kids in China, they don't know that. They're like, oh,
and also,
shit.
I think between the China culture with Western culture a little bit different.
Yeah.
Look, in US, all the superstars try to make friends with some pro skaters.
Yeah,
like
right.
Justin Bieber. Like,
Justin Bieber, yeah. And
Kanye used to
learn ollies.
Learn ollies on a jam cam, right?
It's true. Kyrie just coming out with this new Kyrie Irving. He's coming out with this new skateboard. He used to skate too. Kyrie used to skate. Paul George used to skate. All these NBA players. Everybody used to skate.
But in China, it's not, at least so far, not like the superstar trying to make friends with skater kids, right?
Yeah. I guess just the skaters in China, they're really insecure sometimes, and they're really. They're in their small circles. They're not really trying to span out, But for me,
they're too worried about not wearing a helmet.
Right.
That's what they're coming to. That's where they're
right.
focusing.
But for me, is I'm trying to, hey, yo, you guys, like all the skaters, like, dude, everybody like think you guys are fucking red. Like I have met a lot of artists, like not even musicians, like actors, famous like actors, musicians. They're like, oh shit, you're a skateboarder.
Yeah.
They're like, holy shit, how do you do that? They're like, fuck. Because they see us as athletes.
Yeah.
Not as like just skateboarders. They're like, oh shit, you guys are 运动员. And that's different. You know what I mean? Because in their mind, they don't know like what like skateboarding culture is. But they see us like, oh shit, you guys are really like rad athletes.
Yeah.
And athletes is, for me, it's like, above like all the, if you're an actor and whatever, right? Like Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yeah.
Imagine how many like he has like the most. Do you know he has the most fans in like social media? He has like 100 billion.
And he recently created his YouTube
channel.
And suddenly one night got how
dude, he had like 400 or 300 million followers in like 2 nights. I think it's Ronaldo
and he just drop some random videos and
right. Like I went on a channel, dude. Like I thought I was like, oh shit, I'm finally gonna see some like live vlogs of him like himself, but it was just like 30 seconds shorts. You know, but still he had like fans like that, you know. So he's an athlete,
right?
So all these rappers and all these actors, they see skateboarders or athletes, they're like, oh shit, there's no way we can do the things that you do. Right, but the skaters don't know that because they don't have the chance to meet these guys.
No, I think you're absolutely right. You know, like even like because it's fresh, right? That concept of
right.
Because skaters, you know, for the most part, society, the way, you know, was always like, and this is across, you know, the world, right? So it's kind of a blanket statement, but
right.
You know, you're getting kicked out from, you know, spots. Like I'm 40 and I'll see a cop and I'll be like, damn. You know what I mean? Like, oh,
you still like that?
Yeah, I'm like, oh, I did something wrong. You know what I mean? But like, you know, now, right? Like, you know, you're an athlete. You got, you know, your flag on your you know, uniform, or whatever, and you're going through, you know, immigration. That's, you know, even an immigration officer, even a cop, they're like, oh, this guy's a world class athlete. You know what I mean? So, you know, of course, like, and that's how you introduce. Like, you know, you have in Paris this time, right? You're riding on a boat with like Kobe or something. Or sorry,
oh, dude, no, riding a boat on Kobe.
Yeah, that
whoa,
that's a different ship. That's a different ship, dude. Right? But you know, if you're, you know, with LeBron or something, right?
Right.
And you're like, oh my God, this guy's like a billionaire athlete. You know, you're in the same level.
Yeah,
you know, you don't have that money, but you're in the same level of, you know, classification, right? You know, so of course, you know, rappers, you know, like you said, they, you know, they're obviously great at what they do and they're famous and stuff.
But you could never represent your country, though.
Right, like that, you know.
Right.
You know, maybe as a b-boy for that one spot.
that one little tiny.
Yeah, that one little tiny speck.
Yeah. I the skaters in China, they don't know how good they have it. You know what I mean? Like skateboarding is hard. It's a hard thing to do, and it's a hard thing to keep doing, you know what I mean? But they're just like, oh shit, man, like we all like I watch these rappers, you know, they with their fancy life, good cars, you know, fancy watches, nice houses. Oh shit, where am I gonna get that? But they don't know is for these guys, there's, you know, they look at skaters like, oh dude, you guys are fucking rad, dude. It's money's aside, you guys are fucking rad.
Yeah, for sure.
In China, 我们有一句话，可遇不可求。
可遇不可求。
In English.
Fuck, I'm trying to. That is hard.
I've never even heard that before. So
that's you translate. It means something that like, fuck. It is hard. Chinese.
You cannot ask for. You just waiting for it.
Something like that.
Is that the direct translation?
Okay. That's direct translation.
Yeah,
though,
yeah.
I think I can kind of get what it means.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
The rappers suddenly getting so popular, so rich. That's because how many years ago? 5 years ago, there was a show.
It was the show, right? And it got blow off like super quick.
Maybe we're waiting for our skateboarding moment.
Yeah, that moment might come, it might not. But the thing is, like I said, a lot of rappers used to skate. They give up skateboarding because they knew how hard it was.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So, and then they were like, oh shit, they respect the skaters because they're still doing it. Why? Like, you know, I talk to these guys as a friend. They're like, oh shit, Jason, how are you still fucking doing it? You're 39 and you've been skating for like, what, 25 years? Yeah. How do you still do it? You know, how can you still go out there and like fucking jumping downstairs, doing all these tricks and fucking, you know, have scars on your fucking arms and shit. They're like, oh shit, how the fuck do you do it? I'm like, yeah, man, this is skateboarding, this is life, and all these dudes like, holy fuck. Dude.
Yeah, and that's another topic. Jason is a super healthy lifestyle. We can talk about that in another episode.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Look at you, how fit you are.
Okay.
Hey, I noticed that. Is this shirt your brand?
Yes,
new
this
brand?
is our brand. Even the shirt too, Black 8.
Even the socks.
Even underwear.
The shirt.
Oh, okay.
We make everything.
Yeah. Early this year in Araya. Anaya.
Yeah. I showed off.
You mentioned that.
Yeah, I mentioned.
You started a new brand.
Yeah, we started a new brand.
You stopped working with Challenge Skateboards, which is his sponsor before.
My old sponsor. Faden.
What is the story? Why?
Oh, the story. Oh, it goes like this. Oh God, can we talk about it though?
English.
Juicy.
In English. All right. First of all,
I don't know the story.
You didn't know the story. All right. Let's,
your whole sponsor story.
My whole sponsor.
Even before that.
Ooh. Okay. Let's talk about it. Oh, shit. I think this is the first time I ever talked about it to anybody.
Okay.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Okay, first of all, you know, I turned pro actually in 2021.
Okay.
And when I was 36, that which is like a super late age to turn pro.
You're a man and forever.
Because you know, like
that's good.
I know, right? I was skating, you know, but I wasn't really sponsored by anybody because you know, my main thing was emceeing, like major events, and then COVID hit. I was like, shit, there's nothing happening. You know, like everybody's locked down. So I started doing like filming for like vlogs and like these talk shows and stuff like that. And I'm like, fuck it, I'm just gonna pick up, you know, skateboarding again. So I fucking went out every day to go skate, to go film, and blah blah blah. And then, you know, as the days goes by, you know, my name is still out there. My name's out there. For sure. Everybody knows who I am. You know, so. Actually, few brands approached me like, yo, Jason, you know, like you've been skating a lot, and you know, like skateboarding industry needs somebody like you that's, you know, you're friends with everybody in like every circle. And they're like, yeah, we want you to turn to pro. I'm like, yo, you know, I don't know. I never thought about like turning pro because I was like, I thought I gave up that dream long time ago, you know? Because dude, I had a dream.
Every skater, you know, I think first step for sure, it was like, oh, fucking free products, right? And then it's I want to go pro.
I want to go pro. I want to go pro.
For sure. It's not even about the money. It's just I want to go.
Yeah, pro. I want to go pro. Like, but I gave that shit way back, and then till like 2021, somebody reached out to me, yo, Jason, you wanna ride for us? I'm like, really? You sure? They're like, yeah. So I'm not gonna say the other two, but Faye did. You know, they're like, okay, I know they're these guys are talking to you too. We really want you to be on this Symbolic, because Symbolic was dying. Like nothing was going for that brand. They had like Justice, Black Knight, Symbolic, Cycles, Night Push, these 5 brands, right? But Symbolic was never. Nobody was on the team. So like, yeah, we want somebody to run this boat. We're gonna run this ship. So I started talking to them, and you know, for me, you know, I like to talk my own contract.
Yeah.
And I end up getting, I think, still till now, the highest pay in skateboarding China.
Wow.
Oh,
really?
Yes, definitely. I had to sign like the agreements of not talk about it, but that, you know, my contracts are way over, so I can talk about it now. And a skate deck brand, how much would you think for a regular pro would get a month?
Well, like with no board royalty, right? Like
ways, right?
Like
just straight up, like
just salary.
Just salary.
Just salary.
Just salary, like.
Do you also have bonus or
not including bonus?
Not including bonus, just salary. Like I can sit on my ass all day and I get that shit every month. How much do you think people are getting now?
All right, here's my thoughts, right?
Okay.
Like, because you mentioned that you do your own and you're good, you know, you're good at negotiating. So I'm sure you got a really good one for yourself. Sure. But like,
and also for RD too, because I was like, if you want me, you're gonna have RD.
Yeah,
it's a package thing.
Yeah.
The other two was like, oh no, we kind of just want you. I'm like, nah, I gotta bring my friend, because right. And
you gotta bring the homies.
I know she his contract too. You know, that's all me too. So you know, take a guess, man.
I would say market price.
Market price.
You know what I mean? Like
how much?
Market price?
Because you're a team.
Hardware.
Hardware market price, like no royalties, and then your price. So I could imagine. I'm not going to give any official numbers, but I'm going to say, I'm going to guess real quick, would it be like 4 times what average market price is?
What's the average market price? I don't know.
I'd say
I didn't know.
2,000, 3,000 RMB a month.
Oh, that's more than 4 times, buddy.
Oh, wow. Wow. So I'm thinking like 6.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Wow.
Oh, 6 if you're average. Yeah, somewhere.
Yeah. Wow.
Somewhere around there.
That's for board sponsor.
For board sponsor.
In China.
I'm getting that much.
3,000 actually is not the average. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not.
Most of the board company don't have salaries.
Don't even have the salaries.
I just didn't want it to sound too low.
Yeah, but most of them are not getting that pay. Like, not even getting pay.
No.
Some of them are getting like 2 to 3. And I know like the top, like the good ones are getting 4 or 5. But I was getting...
Dang.
Lots.
Dang. Nice.
Yeah. So we're not gonna go through the exact numbers, but you know where the range is.
Just dude, that's
yeah, dude. Like
how many years you signed?
2.
Okay,
2 years. Imagine how much money that is.
coming up.
But it didn't work out. But it wasn't my fault.
Well, I mean, hey, you did what you were obligated to do for the brand. You know what I mean?
I represented the brand hard.
Yeah, I remember. You know,
making content
and like. Dude, like Symbolic died like way back. Nobody design, like the team, the brand, nobody knew what it was.
Yeah, so officially you were obviously a pro rider, you're a representative, but you also did so much of the behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah.
Like that's management stuff too, for sure.
Right, so. We did a lot of we did collabs with the like brands outside of skateboarding, you know. So people knew us was, and I thought, dude, Symbolic this name is way too long. It is so not like for Chinese kids to say Symbolic.
And in my memory, back to the beginning, Symbolic is like a hard
rock punk, punk style.
Yeah.
So I was like, which is good, you know, like nobody knew what Symbolic was, so I could start from the bottom. It's like, you know, like I start with nothing,
start fresh again,
again. Blank piece of paper, you know what I mean? I can write anything I want on it. So I was like, yo, Symbolic is that's a long last name, and you trying to type that shit. I even type it wrong sometimes.
I don't know how to spell it.
You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about? Like if I was trying to search up Symbolic, say, I'm like, oh shit. I was like, dude, that's way too hard for kids to remember. Yeah. So I switched to SMB. So I'm like, what about SMB? You know, like sense. It's easier to throw your tongue.
B. No, I'm joking.
I'm like, yo, I just took out the letters in the fucking Symbolic. I'm like, which letters will look good? So I'm like,
Jason. What Jason ain't telling you is that he had business. No, he had big plans for that shit. That was going to be the ticker symbol for public. You know, an SMB.
That's what I'm saying.
If that shit goes public, that's the ticker symbol.
That's the thing. Yeah, I wanted to be like one day, like people, SMBs. Yeah, we're from SMB, but because Symbolic just don't sound cool at all, dude.
Yeah.
Right. So like SMB, we're doing that. So now everybody knows what SMB was. You know, like the SMB, NCB. I did that shit for like 2 years, and we had a lot of good designs. But I think the sales are not. That's a whole different story.
Yeah, that's a different thing. Dude.
But that wasn't my fault. It wasn't my fault, dude.
Well, I mean, look, it's during COVID. You know what I mean? Like, and that. So, like, I remember when you doing the MC things. You've been doing that forever. Even you know, we had DC tours and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, Go Skateboarding Day. We had Jason out.
Right.
And. I think for a while you got really, really big. I think you were even doing like Nike yoga.
Yeah, I'm doing everything.
Yeah, because you weren't just like we say MC like on site, you know, like things like that. But you were really hyping. Like I've seen you in front of huge crowds. You know what I mean?
Right, huge crowds and
Nike FOS thing.
I started doing like live streams for all these major brands too, and I started shooting commercials for them.
Yeah.
Then I have like, Tianjun was telling me the story like last month. They had X Games in China in Lujiazui, and they just looked up. My picture's there, like Lujiazui, like the big screen.
Oh wow!
Yeah, they actually shot me a photo of it. I'm like,
and 1 year the Nike SB City Jam final,
LeBron James. And my picture was right next to Lina. Which is crazy on the stadium. Yeah, I nobody calls himself famous. I wouldn't do that.
Well, if you went to a skate event, I think during that era, everybody. And then even after that, you know, if you went to like that's what I was saying, like the skate event's one part of it, but you really kind of did a lot of announcing,
right? And I shot a lot of videos too, right? I like teach them kids how to like English. Teach them
English,
English 101,
skateboarding English
101, and a lot of these stuff like YouTube shit, but in Billy, right? Like a lot of these stuff. So kids are like, oh, that's Jason Zhang, you know what I mean? Like I know this guy. So now I go to like skate events, you know, I have my fans. And shit.
So that's what I'm saying. It's great to kind of see you back in the skateboarding. I was kind of shocked, and I mean. Symbolic or not, you know, that was one cool thing that got you kind of back in, you know, in skateboarding. I'm not saying you ever left, but you were getting so busy with all the other projects.
The other shit,
right, you know, and which by all means perfect because you gotta make money, right?
For sure.
And then so when you came back to skateboarding, I was kind of shocked too because I was like, oh, that's rad. You know, like he's got it back into it. You know, he's got his passion back because everybody you know, sometimes takes a break or you know do whatever they're doing. And so you came back, and I was like, okay, cool. You know, new project. And then, you know, that's why you're still, you know, like back into it again. Yeah. You know what I mean? And then now trying to something different with the hip hop thing together. I know you've always been into hip hop though.
Right. But now it's like I'm deeper in it. I'm getting deeper in it. And let's keep with that story. So, you know, I was pro for 2 years, and the skateboarding industry just not doing well.
Yeah, it's tough.
It's just not doing well. We're not selling boards, you know.
You know why? Kids aren't going out skating real street, man. They're skating in a park. They're like a board lasts them a year. So.
I think it's last year, you know, with the economy going down, you know, it's getting even worse.
Yeah, the economy is not really helping right now. And for skateboarding, you know, like yes, skateboarding is in the Olympics. More and more people are like buying skateboards. But imagine for a normal person, one skateboard could last you a whole lifetime.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean? They're gonna get. Yes, we're gonna have like. You used to be 300 people buying a board. Now it's let's say 300,000. Yeah. But these 270,000 people are only gonna buy them once.
Yeah.
And they buy from some sports center.
Yeah, they bought it from like you know, not skate shops, right? They might buy it online and blah blah. And skateboarding prices are fucking
cheap.
God.
They haven't gone up since the 80s, man.
I know, dude. How are we gonna make money, dude? Yeah. Like we make like 5 RMB a board.
It's so transparent. Like it's wild, and that's the thing, right? Like and this is the touch on something. And obviously, like I hope everybody kind of heeds to it. Sometimes, like when you look at a brand and it's a little more expensive than, let's say, another brand, right? Yeah. Now you got to look at what this brand is actually doing for the industry.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like I've seen some, and this isn't to knock Chinese brands or anything, right? There's some Chinese skate shoe brands, but they charge at a price point and people can afford. I get that. Yeah. But then it's like, okay, they get their cut, their manufacturing costs, but they don't put anything back into skateboarding.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? They don't sponsor skaters, or maybe, you know, they're not doing tours, you know, they're not doing contests. So it's like they don't have the money to put back in.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And that's just like, well, let's just sell something and then we make a little bit of money.
Right.
But you're not really
giving it,
you know.
Exactly, dude. It's like the board prices went down.
But that's my point, though, right? Like, because there is nothing to put back into it,
right?
You know, so it's like, you know, as for Vision, you know, we make money, we charge a little bit more, but we put that money directly back in.
For sure.
You know
I see what you guys are doing, man.
So we're doing tours, and you know, we're taking our team to you know, other outside of China, you know, so that, you know, Chinese skaters get a chance to get exposed.
For sure. I saw it. You guys went to Russia, you guys went to like a lot of these places.
It's actually Kazakhstan
or something like that. Yeah,
but it's similar because they all speak Russian. Yeah.
So, but you know, like our boards cost around like 320-ish. And, you know, you could get a whole complete for that money. I'm like, shit, man, how the fuck are we going to sell this, dude?
Don't worry, though. I think when people start getting that culture and why they should support, you know what I mean? That's the content. You want to see, you know.
But you need to make sure you still right there.
Right. So now we're taking a different way. Okay. You know, like, we're still making boards, but we're not going to be like, we're not going to rely on just board sales.
For sure.
You know what I mean? Because we can only sell so many boards. You know what I mean?
And you learned from from your hip hop friends, right? Yeah. They make clothes.
They make clothes, dude. Like clothing now. Like the Chinese street fashion brands, like these are where the money's at. You know what I mean? Like even for like the major brands like Nike and Adidas, they come through to Chengdu to like to see the market. Like, oh, this is what the young people are liking these days. Oh, this is what they're buying. So let's do some with them. You know, like even for like G-Shock and stuff like that.
For sure.
So
it's a must.
Whoa. So for me, I'm like, yeah, dude. Why? So Fadian wasn't doing well. They're like, yeah, Jason. You know, your 2-year contract is up. Let's talk. First of all, Adi wasn't in the picture anymore. He had his little thing, you know, and Fadian was like, all right, we're just gonna, me and you, you know, like just you. Well, what is it gonna cost? Because we can't afford that much anymore.
Right.
And they gave me a number that I wasn't like, I'm not gonna tie myself down to to this fucking board brand that's not gonna do anything. They don't have budget to do on tours to do this and do that. And so I'm like, fuck it, I'll just do on my own. And my buddy at the time, that I knew him for like 12 years, he used to skate. He said, hey, yo, man, like I have, like Black Gate Mob is already a brand. But he was like, yo, man, I want skateboarding to be in it. You know, I'm like, oh shit, then let's fucking hit it up. So now we created Black ASAP. It's like Nike SB. So he's like Nike. So I'm like Nike SB. We're still like the same shit, but we're two different. Wait, right? Okay. So I'm like, all right, we're not selling boards, so let's fucking make clothes, dude. And then we're not gonna sell to like our target like customers are not skateboarders.
Right.
We're skateboarding clothing, but we're targeting like the everybody, all the like people from like 14 to like 18. That listens to hip hop, you know, like that's where the money's at, man.
Well, for sure, skaters be getting that shit for free, anyways. You know, if they're good, you know, you're hooking sure, homies up, you know. So it's like,
and for those kids, they're like, oh shit, this is they're like Palace, they're like Supreme, because skateboarding is their core,
right?
You know what I mean? And they make dope clothes.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna support that. You know what I mean? Sure. That's my way now.
For sure. No, it definitely. Look at, I see just right now, I don't know if anybody else can see it, but that waterproof, you know what I mean? The zippers, a lot of details on that shit. Looks good.
For sure, dude. You gotta, like everything, these are like grown in the dark.
Yeah. No, I mean, hey, look.
Really cool.
Just so, you know.
I'm telling you. Just in
case, right? You gotta,
in case, you know, like, prepared. So we're making a lot of pieces, you know, like, and for skateboards, I think we're just going to make a lot of graphics. You know, we're not going to try to sell boards. Like, because in China, a lot of skateboard brands, their graphics go forever. One graphic could use it for like up to 10, 20 years. Because Symbolic, did you know? What's his name? What's his name? Fucking
Jiawei.
Not Jiawei. Jiawei's the Laoban. There's another, there's a pro for Symbolic way back. I think his name was Shi Guang.
Shi Guang,
right? His pro model was still selling.
Wow.
The same graphic, like for like 12 years.
They're trying to be like PAL, right? It's just
because they don't have good designs. They don't have. It's not even reissues. It just
they just keep running it. It's just one big issue.
Yeah,
it's continued.
It's a dictionary.
That's funny, dude.
Nonstop, dude. So when I enjoy, so I went to Fade and I was like, yo, this shit's not gonna fly. We're gonna have at least 4 to 6 graphics every 2 months.
Wow, that's
every 2 to 3 months. Because kids,
it's
you know,
they want that fresh now.
Yeah, they want that freshness. And for me, it's like most people that don't skate, they might buy it for the graphic. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Right. If I create a dope graphic, people buy it, hang it up on their walls. You know what I'm saying? Like that.
For sure.
I'm trying to do it like that. Not like, oh shit, I'm just gonna fucking run this one graphic forever.
Definitely. I mean, I think working with a manufacturer, that's the thing, right? They go by volume. Where somebody with your background would probably be like, let's try and, you know, elevate the value of the brand. Dude. You know what I mean? So not because each board I'm going to try and charge more.
Right.
You know what I mean? But as a whole, the brand's value is going to go up. You know, instead of like, let's just make a million boards a year. That's how we're going to try and, you know, make our money back. Right.
Right.
So that's sometimes the way factories think. And obviously like somebody like you, an entrepreneur.
I understand that. I understand. But a lot of times I approach the Fade. I'm like, yo, man, we're going to do collabs with these guys. We're going to do more graphics. They're like, okay, let's do if you want to do collab with this brand, how much money are we making? I'm like, yo, you're thinking it the wrong way.
Do you get what a collab is? Like, you know?
Yeah. I'm like, dude, we're throwing our names out there. You know what I mean? Like to the fucking people that don't know skateboarding. You know,
exactly.
Like, I'm trying to throw your name out there, dude. This is free advertisement. Why are you like, oh, how many boards are we gonna sell? I'm like, dude. That's when I stopped. I'm like, yo, like this is not gonna work. You know, if I'm still in Fade In, I mean, they're still great. I love them but we're not gonna make anything happen. You know, like I'm just gonna be like sitting there taking salaries every month and not doing anything. And I need to do shit
for sure.
Right. For sure. So, and dude, in 2 years, I think, you know, like most of the pros in China, they have like 2 to 3 pro models. in their whole career. How many does Panjaji has? He has like 2. 2 or 3, the most. I think.
I don't know. So, sorry to be honest. Yeah.
Who do you like? What about who you're really close with that you think?
I think it might be
2 or 3.
I think it's because they make a whole fucking bunch of boards. You know what I mean? And then there's some overstock there for sure, especially with the last couple years.
For 2 years of my career,
it's not like they don't want us, make new graphics.
I had 8.
Oh,
dang!
Wow, I had 8.
Wow,
it might not sound a lot,
no,
but that's a lot.
2 years,
2 years.
Were you just taking like tattoos, and you're taking some?
Because I'm throwing out ideas all the time.
I love that. That's good.
Let's fucking make this. Let's make that. I feel like pro models should be like, So like, yeah, they're gonna run their one graphic for like 5 years, but I'm like, oh fuck that, dude. We need more graphics.
That is correct. That is right.
Right.
That is what we used to like. More graphic, which is very important.
Right.
But today the kids choose cheap.
Yeah. Oh, I noticed that. Right. Now they don't really look at the graphics anymore. They just look at the price. Yeah, man. They just buy what's the cheapest. That's really like, I'm like, the skateboarding market is fucked right now, man. They're like, oh shit, I'm gonna buy this board because I like this skater, I like the brand, I like the graphic. No.
Yeah.
Now it's like, oh.
Yep.
便宜.
Yep.
Yeah. Now when you check the board graphic design book, right?
Yeah.
So many stories.
Right.
But 20 years later, what story do you have today?
Exactly, dude. For every graphic that I created, I have stories for it.
Yeah.
Every graphic that I had stories for it, and I have stories wrote out, like seriously, like written out.
Nice.
To like the back of that graph. But and ended up, I was like, kids don't even read.
They just whatever, put a big visual there. Kids are like, oh, I'm drawn to this or whatever. And
yeah,
the price is good. Parents are like, oh,
they're like, oh shit, I like this board, I like this forever, but oh god, 328. I might just go get that 150. Like.
Wait, I think that's the difference, though, right? Like, people don't know why they're paying more for something when there's something cheaper.
Dude.
But like, at the same time, you look at skateboarding. Like, for us, I think when we all started, and up till pretty recently, all the boards were pretty much the same quality.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because like whatever the pro was skating, even at street league level, that's what you're buying.
Getting. Yeah,
right?
that's
what you're buying at the shop, right? And it's not expensive, and compared to other things, obviously. But you're getting the same. I mean, unless it's like Danny Wade's own personal setup when he was jumping Great Wall or something crazy like that, right? So pretty much whatever you're buying off the shelf is at that level.
Yeah.
So there's at that level there wasn't much, let's say, profit. You know what I mean? Because at a normal skate shop, that's what you're already buying. But at the lower end of the level, people could just make crap toys.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then they're like, oh, what's the difference in that? So we kind of weirded ourselves out in the industry where we're like, this is already top level.
Yeah.
And that's the price.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then so it can only go lower.
Right.
So
and for us too, like they never ask, yo, why is your board 300? But did you know that our board don't really break and we use like the top of the wood and whatever,
right? And the glue,
and we have like a 1 month warranty. If your board gets broken by like whatever, we'll give you free one. It doesn't matter, dude. You can fucking like get pissed off, stomp on it. We'll give you a free one.
Kids ain't into quality anymore, though. That's,
you know what I mean?
Just like,
like how much
kids ain't breaking boards,
right? And I'm like, shit, dude. Like you get one month warranty on that shit, dude. Like. That's why they cost a lot, and we have like the graphics. We have to give it out to the design and
for sure,
all this shit.
Instead of somebody just being like, "Oh, I like this picture. Let's
we just fucking copy and paste."
That's not a design.
That's not a design, And we have stories behind it. We have a team to run. It just they don't know that.
But that's the thing I think behind the consumers that we should help them.
Understand?
Right.
Yeah.
That's what you're buying. You're not just buying, like a skateboard. Yeah, there's a generic skateboard everywhere for a cheap cost, But the reason you're paying that is because I feel like, what you're saying is absolutely correct because we get behind a brand, right? Or we represent a brand or we associate with the brand. we do it because of the quality, and we do it because right, the meaning behind it, and then that's why we get behind it. That's why we back it, right? And those projects generally do tend to be smaller, which makes them have that worthiness or that uniqueness. Yeah, you know what I mean? That's kind of what it is behind that. So kids, when they buy something, same thing. When we grew up, we're buying brands. You know, our heart. I mean, fuck, we didn't have any money. You know what I mean?
Dude, we didn't have money.
Like we're scraping. You know what I mean? Like So like not eating lunch, you know, having some money to buy a board,
right, to buy like
skater,
like pro model shoes. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, dude, I save money for that shit
for sure, and that's the struggle, and that's what we see, and we're like, holy shit, like this is. But why did I use my money on this board and not like a different board? Oh, it's like because I like the skater, he's got good style, you know. It wasn't because of the color. You know, so I think that's a thing that kids should get more behind. You know what I mean? And it develops character, because instead of just being flat generic, you know what I mean, they research a little, or they get to know about it.
It's funny sometimes, like when kids come up to me like, yo, Jason, I'm your biggest fan. Like, I love you. But then I look in their boards, hey, that's not my board.
Oh my god, dude. That's funny. Yeah. No, that's it's super true. Tuling was actually telling me a funny story. He's like, because he's obviously pretty famous, and especially where, you know, he's from, it's not, I mean, it's a huge city, you know, don't get me wrong, but it's not huge in skateboarding wise. But it, you know, hopefully he's developing that. And he'll tell me, he's like, all the kids buy their boards online, but they'll come into his store and buy a sheet of grip.
Right.
So from the top, he's like, it's, you know, it's got Tuling on there.
Exactly.
So you made the right decision. Yeah.
I did. So now, like, you know, like for clothes, you can, they don't cost that much, and you know, everybody can wear it, everybody can rock it, everybody can rap it.
Cool.
You know what I mean?
Because your new brand based on skateboarding and music culture.
And music culture, yeah.
Think about the Taishan's show.
Right. People are
make
like Lil Dre. He raps. You know, he does music too. Lil Dre. You know, and all these. How was what the other Taishan Jordan? Riding for Nike SB. That dude.
That's not Taishan Jordan. He's Jordan.
Jordan. What is his name? Tisha Jordan. The dude with laser flip, fucking riding for Nike. You know what American. You know what I'm talking about. It's just something.
It's gonna be one of those episodes where we all look alike in the comments.
Oh no. Yeah, but he raps too, and Nakal Smith.
That's not for Nike SB. It's Zion.
Zion's Zion's Vans now.
Yes, Zion's
Vans. No,
but
he doesn't rap. It's not him.
Zion also.
Oh, he raps.
Raps.
Yeah. As long as you're not Jeremy Rogers, you're good. You know, so, even for Jeremy, you know, like, good for him, you know.
I think he was ahead of his time so much that, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but if he was doing that shit now, imagine.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, but that's the thing. You know, you never know when the timing's right? Like, you're so far ahead. I mean, Musko's doing Muska beats. You know, we're talking about that.
Right.
I think some of the Wu-Tang guys, right?
For sure, dude. Like, he was doing good shit, but it was just on the wrong time.
It's just, you know, skateboarders wouldn't accept it or couldn't accept it at the time, you know?
But like, now it's like all these things collide, and it's like, dude, if you want to make money, you got to expand. You know, you got to fucking go out there. You can't just make that skateboarding money anymore, you know? And just be clear, there's not that much money in skateboarding right now.
Well, now, you know, and that's the thing, we're getting all types of, you know, people that are skateboarders, right? So all sorts of different talent. You could be multi-talented, you know, it's like a renaissance in fucking skateboarding. You don't have to just be like skateboarding focused, and that's the only thing you can do, or rap focused, and that's the only thing you can do. You know, you can definitely bridge out.
Right, for sure. And then, you know, back to my brand, I'm like, yo, Black ASAP, it's going to be one of those brand, like, we're going to create good stuff for the kids that are like, oh, yo, I want to dress like that. I want to wear that shit to skateboard. I want to, or if I don't skate, I'm like, yo, I'm going to dress like a skater.
Yeah, you got to get people
right. Because skaters are fucking cool. They're rad. They look good. You know, I want to channel that gap. You know what I mean? Like, so even for my style, you know, kids are like, oh, I like the way you dress, the way you represent yourself. So I'm like, yeah, let's fucking just do it.
Sure, man. You know, you're up front, you know, and you're a role model. To do that shit.
Oh, hopefully I am.
Yeah,
dude.
Jason's on for the children, like Wu-Tang.
Sure, I don't drink, I don't smoke, you know, so I'm trying to set up that, you know, positive image for all the kids out there, you know, like I'm 39 and I'm still pushing. If I can do it, dude, like respect to Ryan DeCenso, dude. He's 39 and he's still fucking doing street leagues, you know, like, so I'm like, hey, if he can do it, why can't we, right?
For sure.
Because in China, everything's like, oh yeah, if you're over 30, you're like,
can't even get a job.
you know what I mean? I want to be like, no.
Yeah.
You could ride skateboards forever.
Yeah.
You know, like people always get like, oh my God, how do you do it? You're 39. Oh my God, you're 40. You're still skating. How? I'm like, dude, that's normal, dude.
And it's actually good because, you know, you're more alert. And if you fall, you don't break your hip and shit. Cause you know what I mean? You know how to fall. You know what I mean?
And that's normal, dude. Like imagine, dude, in the States, everybody's like over 45. This is 45 and plus. Dude.
Yeah.
And they're still skating, and nobody's gonna be like, "Oh my God, you're still skating?"
Now, fuck that. 40's the new 30.
Yeah, dude. 40 is the new 20, dude. Fuck the 30, dude. 40 is the new 20. Look how good I look right now, dude. I think
I'm looking at you, man. I'm looking at you.
I look good. I feel good. You know, my body's good. Like my mindset is good. You know, like I want to ride this shit out till I'm like 65.
Keep going, dude.
I'm gonna keep going, dude.
Cool.
Yeah, dude.
Cool. Thanks, Jason.
Hey, anytime,
Appreciate
man. I love coming in
Thank you, bro.
to talk to you guys. Right. Hopefully, we have some good shit, good stories.
Totally perfect.
Yeah, and trying to make that dough, man. For all y'all skaters out there, dude. Like, there's always an open door for all y'all. You know, skateboarding is not the only way to do it. Make sure just have your passion, you know, and like do what you got to do. You know, just go be hungry, go home for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, just never give up on yourself. That's the first thing. Never give up on yourself. You could get, yes, skateboarding is hard. You gave up because you got to work, you got family, but never give up on yourself.
Yeah, man. Great advice. Great advice. When Jason's empire is up and running, man,
one day
you heard it here first on 5 More Minutes.
Yeah.
On 5 More Minutes.
Yeah, man. And then when you go give him your resume, you know how to fucking fill that shit out. Be like, yo, man, I got mad character.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And you know, hopefully, guys, support us, Black ASAP. We're dropping new lines soon, coming soon. So. Yeah.
Excited about that.
And thank you guys. You know, 5 more.
Put my email on your press release.
I will. You know what? We're gonna talk about that later. You know, our new videos coming out, our promo videos coming out. Maybe Caker Club can support us with that shit.
For sure.
You know?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, and also remember Chengdu, very special city.
Come to Chengdu.
Next time if you come to China, tour anything, remember visit Chengdu.
Please come to Chengdu. Trust me, you won't regret it.
Yeah, Chengdu, Jason CDC, right?
CDC, Chengdu City, Chengdu Jitwa. CDC group, come through.
Cool.
All right, thank you guys.
Thanks for listening.
Let's wrap it up.
Yep.
Peace.
See you next. Peace.